All right, a very good evening and welcome back to our part two of the 6 keys to influence. Once again, to the Hugo family, welcome you. And once again, welcome to the program, right? Patterns of Influence, where we'll be looking at what is it that drives people to make decisions? What is it that influence people, that persuade people to take action in their life, whether it's buying something new, whether it's changing their jobs, whether it is steering or pivoting their business direction. What is it that influences people? We want to dive deep into it. So you will learn the basics, we will do the case studies, and you will practice, you will apply, you will give feedback to our community. And when all these three comes together, as usual, the effect will be tremendous. So once again, before we begin our session, I would like to urge you to actually take a deep breath. Join me. One more time. Breathe in through your nose, right from your diaphragm, and breathe out through your mouth. Okay. After you have calmed your mind by focusing on the breath, if you need to take more breath, please do so. You have all the time in the world. And you can always pause this video because this content will be uploaded into Patterns of Influence into our school, where you can rewatch it as many times as you want, right? It's lifetime. And the next thing we would like you to do is that to always make sure you are in a quiet and comfortable environment. If you are not, you can pause this video and go to a place where you feel is comfortable. Make sure your refreshments are nearby so that you are not being distracted. You don't have to move left and right. You want to block your time, right? You want to silence your phone for the next 30 minutes as we dive into part 2 of the 6 keys of influence. Do you have your notebook with you? Make sure you have your notebook and your pen ready. As we have mentioned in the past trainings, always have a book and pen with you. Whenever something inspires you, right? Or you have some thoughts of inspiration that comes out from it, or you feel that point you can apply into your business or into your relationships, I want you to take notes right away, right? Because if you do that, you hear it once, you see the video, and you write it down. It has engaged your auditory, it has engaged your visual, and now it has engaged your kinesthetic. So when you do these 3 things, and according to studies, when you write down something, not type, when you write down something, there is a direct connection between what you do here with your mind, and you can remember things even better, right? If you have highlighter and things like that. So you want to make sure you're in a quiet environment, you're all calm, you silence your phone, you have your notebook and pen and refreshment, and after you have learned all 6 keys of influence, what I want you to do is to highlight 1 or 2 points or tactics that you can use right away today. When you apply what you learn immediately, you would have internalized the lesson, right? That's what we are talking about. Okay, so let's get straight away. But before we go any further, let's talk about what are the first 3 keys of influence, right, that we have been talking about. So over here we have this acronym, right? CAR, CLS. So what is CAR? C is what you call consistency. A is what you call authority. R is what you call reciprocity. Okay, so these are actually the first 3 that you can see in your part 1. I've received some feedback that in part 1, the lighting is not that good. So I hope the lighting now is better. And as for the part 1, as time goes by, I will have my technical team to get the lighting better, right? Hopefully you can brighten the video with the visual and we can upload it again. So no worries. All the content in this program will be updated time to time, right, for the rest of the year. So it can only get better. So today you are looking at the visuals. Tomorrow I will convert it to MP3 and then we will get the worksheets in. So you have a very comprehensive learning materials, right? It depends, you know. Do you like to hear it? Do you like to see it? Do you like to read it? We have it all for you. So let's go on to our topic for today. What could CLS be? Consistency, authority, reciprocity, and how about this C, right? What is this C about? This C is what I call consensus. Okay, let me share with you what is it. Just imagine there are two restaurants, right? Right now is, let's say right now is lunchtime and you're off your work, right? You head out and then you're going to choose a restaurant. So there is restaurant A where there is no one in the restaurant, no queues whatsoever. It's empty, but they're operating, but there are no customers. And then you see restaurant B. There is like a long queue lining up to go and eat there, right? Which restaurant do you think you are more attracted to want to try it out? Let me know in the comment below, right? Which restaurant do you want to go? Do you want to go to a restaurant where there are no customers, or do you want to go to a restaurant where there are a lot of customers? I have time, I'll wait for you. Yes, Ben, Jamie, yes, correct, yes. Most of you would actually choose restaurant B. Why? Because here's the crazy thing, right? Here's the crazy tactic of influence. When humans are not sure on what to do, they will look to other people to validate their own decisions. It means that they are looking for something which we call social proof. What is it? Social proof. Okay, so let me erase this. You can always look back at part number 1. I repeat, when a human doesn't know what to do, they will look for others. They will look to others for clues on what they're doing. Social proof. What many people are doing, what other people are doing, always influence and drive decisions on people that are still on the fence. So the first example we've given is actually the restaurant, right? The restaurant that has more customers will have more customers. Secondly, if you have been to a restaurant, or perhaps you have seen some buskers, right? Musicians by the street when they are playing their music. Why is it that when they just started performing, they take their own money from their pocket, they take their own money, right? And put it in the donation box, right? Or put it on their hat, or put it in their guitar case. Before a single person drop any tips or money or donations for them, they first put in their own money. Why is that so, right? So we are talking about all these musicians, right? Or even if you are working in a bar, right? You are a bartender and things like that. Why is it? It is the unwritten rule, right? That you first put your money before anyone else put in. Why? Because the first customer that walk in, or the first audience, when they look at your jar, right? Your tips jar or donation jars, when they see that there is a $10, $50, $20 inside the jar, they will feel compelled, or they will feel justified that they too donate to you. But if the jar or the donation box or guitar case is empty, guess what? It shows that if other people are not giving this person money, maybe I don't have to do so too. Do you get the idea? So this is the example of music, right? I'll give you another example. So we are talking about hotel industry. For those who are more familiar with my line of work, I deal with a lot of hotels, right? Hotels and resorts. And there is a case where the hotels want to encourage their customers to actually use back their tower instead of asking a new tower again and again for environmental purposes and things like that, right? So what they do is that they put a notice on the wall, right? But because before this, if you tell your client, right, please reuse your towel, no one would actually care what you say. But what they do is that they put a notice on the wall, right? They say over 75% of our patrons, our customers, reuse their towel. And guess what? Guess what, people? It turns out it increased the number of patrons that reuse their towel dramatically. It increased it by another 20%. Why is that so? Because they feel that if other people are doing it, then maybe I should do too. If other people are doing it, maybe I can do too. So this is the example of consensus, social proof, right? But how does it apply to you, for example? Let's say all of you are running Facebook pages, or at least I think most of you are running Facebook pages. If your potential client go to your business page and they see there are no testimonials, and they go to your competitor Facebook page and they see all these 20, 50 very positive testimonials, who do you think your client wants to buy from, right? Of course, they will buy from the one with a lot of good testimonials, at least more good than bad, right? Why is that so? It's because of the same principle of influence, the principle of consensus, of social proof. When your customer do not know which one to choose, they look at what other people are choosing, right? When they see a lot of people choose this particular service provider with a lot of testimonial and proven track record, of course that would be the ideal choice. So I've given you yet another example. Testimonials, right? On Facebook, or even when you are giving a talk, right? You always display the testimonials somewhere in the beginning, middle, or end, right? To further validate that this has been proven, this has been used, this has been consumed, this has been learned, trained by other people, and they are satisfied, right? They are happy with it. This would definitely drive your sales, your revenue, your message across, right? Just by showing there are people that are already supportive and happy to be your patrons. Okay, so with this, we have actually talked about the first, not exactly the first, but the first for this session, right? Which is consensus or social proof. So make sure you take the note, and I want you to brainstorm. How does this apply in your current career, your business, and even in your relationship? Everything that I say here is not just for business, it can be for your relationship too. Do you realize that the people that many people liked, more people will like them? The people that no one's liked, no one bothers to know them. True. Why is it that? Why is it that there are some people out there that simply liked, right? There's a lot of cases, right? Like, why is it that there are some women or men who liked people that are already in a relationship? Why is that so? Because those people already have social proof. It is a proven choice. It's proven that they are being chosen. And therefore, there are women that like other men, married men, right? And there are also men that like married women. Why is that so? Because it's a proven product, right? It has social proof. What else? If today you are hitting the bar, right? For those of you who are still going to clubs and bars, right? And you would like to go there and know more people, right? And to build a reputation, to network and things like that. Do you think you will be more attractive to the prospective people, bar goers, club goers, if you go there alone or you go there with some friends? What do you think? Yes, yes. Of course, if you go there with some friends, right, it will always make you look better because it shows that, again, social proof. It means that you have a life of your own, you have friends, and for those that already have friends that are proven to be liked, that are proven to be trusted, more people will like them, more people want to know them, more people will try to trust them. It's a very powerful principle if you learn how to apply it, right? All right, let's go to our second principle for tonight. So let's see. So the second principle that we have here is L, which is liking. Yeah, we have been talking about that, right? So people likes to do business with people that they like. True. It's not just how good you are, but people have to like you. There are three levels to this, right? I would say first, people need to know you, then they need to like you, then they need to trust you. Know, like, and trust. This is something to do with lead generation. Just to follow up from last week, because last week some of you, I know you are in real estate and things like that, right? So the question of how many customers you have, right, is always a matter of numbers game. The more people that knows you, as you know, not everyone that knows you like you, right? So the more people that know you, there will be, say, 50% of them actually like you. Say 50% hate you or are neutral, and another 50% like you, right? So out of these 50% of people that like you, how many percent of people would actually trust you? Trust you not just about your life, but trust you on your expertise. So let's say out of this 50%, there are 20% of people that actually trust you. So you know that the best way to find customers are from people that trust your expertise, right? And you realize that out of all the people that know you, only 20% might trust you. So what do? You should increase your credibility. Use these principles of influence that you learn in this part 2 and the part 1, right? Learn and apply. Improve your credibility, improve your influence, and in that way you will have a better conversion rate, right? From people knowing to liking you and from liking to trusting you. You can increase the conversion rate. The second thing is that you can also increase the pipeline, right? So this is a big pipeline. This is a big pipeline, right? A big pipeline. So you want to have more leads coming in, more prospect coming in, leads that can convert to prospect, to pump into your pipeline. You want to load your pipeline with as many people knowing you, liking you, and ultimately convert them to people that trust you. Okay, like we say, we do business with people we like. Okay, now there is a study that says that, right, if we put A and B together, let's say Jim and Jack together, and we tell Jim and Jack, I want you to negotiate this deal as fast as you can, right? As fast as you can. You have no time. Guess what? When Jack and Jim, right, try to negotiate a deal immediately without any prior conversation, they just go in, try to fight for their own deal. Only 50% of the time they are able to strike a deal. But what if I tell Jack and Jim, I tell them, before you start negotiating, why don't you share a bit about yourself, talk about your family, your hobbies, your passions, right? So when Jack and Jim actually get to know each other a little bit before they negotiate a deal, guess what? Up to 90% they are able to reach a win-win situation. They're able to strike a deal. Why is that so? It is simply because of this principle of liking. It means that if a person actually knows you more, there is a chance of them liking you more when they find similarities in values or hobbies or even in family. And that can convert them better to people that can trust you, that wants to do business with you, right? You know, nowadays there's social media, right? And a lot of people are leveraging on social media to increase their credibility or increase their reach to their prospects, right? Why is that so? And we see a lot of people that are posting very serious content, right? Let's say if today you are doing a real estate or you are selling wellness program or wellness supplements, right? And when they look through your feed in Facebook and Instagram, they see all these supplement posts after supplement posts. Guess what? Do they resonate with you? Yes, to an extent. But how can you improve this better, right? Now, let me share with you a secret. There are two types of posting that you can do in social media. One is what we call niche posting, meaning the niche posting is supposed to establish you as the authority to demonstrate your expertise. And there is another type of posting which we call the broad posting, meaning you post things about your family, like you celebrate your son's birthday, you show the birthday cake with your son, you go to travel, you share your thoughts, your sympathy to certain causes. Why does this matter? For you to establish your brand, not just personal brand, but your business brand, also helps in your friendship and relationship. Why is that so? Because people do not care how much you know until they know how much you care, right? When they resonate with you as a human being, when they see that you care about your family, if they have a family, they will be able to resonate like, man, he or she is just like me. I love my family too. So this is the kind of connection that you want to build. As we dive further into patterns of influence, you will discover a lot of tested and proven methods on how to build rapport quickly and most importantly, strongly, right? That is what we want. So try to understand this. Know, like, and trust. Okay, now let us go to the third principle. The third principle, S, is what we call scarcity. You see, it's not enough if you are selling a product to tell people what is the benefit of the product, right? It's also not enough to tell people what is unique about the product. It's very important to tell people what is there to lose if you don't choose this product. It's the human psyche, right? They fear losing out. If you tell them the deadline is by tonight, 24 hours, they will feel like it is urgent. They want to take action now. If you don't put a deadline, they would never bother to do it. Because they are always, at least for most people, right? They always do things at the last minute. They always need a sense of urgency before an action can be taken. If you are like me, we have a lot of priorities in our life and in our daily schedule. We have work to go, we have the family to take care, we have to go to gym, we have to shop for groceries. We have so many things in a day, right? We do not have time to think and make extra decisions. Therefore, a decision delay is possibly a decision never to be made. If you don't create the sense of urgency of why people need to choose your product and choose your product or services now and choose this product only, then you fail to utilize a principle of scarcity. People fear of losing out. How is that so? If you say that many people are already using this and we are closing the orders for this round, scarcity. If you say that during this time we are going to release only 1,000 of this supplement, if it is gone, you have to wait for the next batch. What is this? Scarcity. In fact, this is being utilized recently. I think I read in the media, right? Whether it's Uniqlo or H&M, they have this limited edition T-shirt, and people are rushing there like crazy. they are grabbing, they are climbing just to fight for a stupid t-shirt. Why is that so? Because it's limited edition. When we say things like limited edition, what kind of tactic is this? They can always make more, but because it's limited edition, it's like the Lamborghini with the limited quantities around the world. So they know if they own one, it's not so much about buying a good car. It's about buying a car that they can show off, right? Limited edition, limited time. So limited access, right? So all this are what drives people to action, right? You can use all this technique complementarily. You can use all this technique in conjunction with each other. It is not separated because nothing exists in a vacuum. True. There is no one tactic that can operate on its own. But when you can link them together, you look at whatever marketing campaigns you are running, you evaluate them based on these 6 principles. And you come back and let me know how is your experience, what is your finding, how much more leads can you get, how much more revenue can you earn, right? So these are the 6, and this is scarcity. I'll give you an example in relationship, right? There are always people that are being taken for granted, right? Because why? They don't understand the principle of scarcity. If you are always available, let's just say this guy or this girl just text you, I'm hungry, do you want to eat? If you always reply immediately, regardless of how ridiculous that timing is, and you are always there for them, guess what? There's a high chance that people might take you for granted, because it shows that you are not of high value. You don't appreciate your time, energy, and attention, and therefore others will not appreciate you too. As you see, the study of influence is not just so much about your career. It can be applied in your relationships and even in your personal life. I know it works because it has worked for me. Now I hope it can work for you too. So let us sum up about what are the 6 keys to influence, right? So let us erase this. I hope you have been taking notes though. So the 6 keys of influence are consistency, authority, reciprocity. Let's see if you still remember all this, right? What is another C? Consensus or social proof. And what are the last 2, right? The last 2 that we have, CLS, liking. And what is the last one? Last one, come on. What is the last one? You can do it. What is the last one? Yes, scarcity. So we have consistency, we have authority, we have reciprocity, we have consensus, we have liking, and ultimately we have scarcity. With this, once again, we have summed up the 6 keys of influence. There are more keys to influence as we go through this course. Because like we have mentioned in part 1, we don't want this course to be a course that you attend. It's not a lecture, right? It's a community. So you take this course, you take the lessons, you apply them, you put feedback in the community that we're going to start on Facebook soon, right? We're going to have a Facebook group. You see how other people apply them. And you share how you apply them. To teach is to learn twice. When there is such interaction and such high emphasis on application, you will be able to internalize all these principles. It will be subconsciously in you that at every moment, whether it's in business, relationship, in your career, in your networking events, or even in your personal life, in your personal goal setting, you can apply this without even thinking, because this is deep in you. This becomes you, right? So with this, and last but not least, remember to check out our Facebook page, hugotan.official. And if you're on YouTube, do find Hugo Tan TV, right? Remember to subscribe and share with your friends so that we can help and reach out to more people. Yep, take care, Jamie. Take care, Ben. All right, that's all for today. Take care and have a great week ahead.